Man, I guess it's really true what they say. All good things must come to an end, and the 2023 Colorado Buffaloes has been one of the biggest storylines in college football history. They finally get their first loss of the season to the Oregon Ducks, 42-6. And if you watched the game this past Saturday, you will notice that it was an absolute beatdown from start to finish. Oregon looked like the far superior team, especially on the lines of scrimmage. I mean, the running backs Noah Whittington, Jordan James, Bucky Irvin was getting 5 or 6 yards of room before they even got touched. And the defensive line had Deion Sanders under pressure all game long. I mean, they sacked him 6 times. They had him rushed and hurried even more times than that. It was just an absolutely old school ass whipping. Let's just call it what it was. It was just an old school ass whipping. And the main thing I didn't like about Colorado this whole week was they started turning heel, like I just mentioned. If you watch Deion Sanders' son's page and you've been following his content about the Colorado Buffaloes, you would notice on Friday before the game, they had a team walkthrough, and the team was walking on the Oregon O. They was stomping their cleats on the O, trying to tear it up. The same type of stuff they got mad at Colorado State for doing to them, they did it to Oregon. So I didn't like this turn Colorado started to make. They started to feel themselves. They started to smell themselves a little bit. So I think them getting the ass whooping to Oregon is going to open their eyes up. It's going to humble them. It's going to make them better men, and it's going to make them realize that, hey, these wins y'all been getting are good, but you still have to work. You still have to put in the effort to go out there and win. These teams are not going to lay down to y'all. These teams don't care about how much y'all on Twitter and Instagram and ESPN all day long. They do not care. So I found it quite funny after the game that Deion Sanders actually addressed this type of stuff. He was saying that anybody that's happy that they lost or say that they needed this, we're insecure, we're jealous, we're hating. And that's so funny to me because we live in an era nowadays to where you can't give a truthful, honest opinion about something without being called insecure, a hater, or jealous. Bro, people thought Oregon was going to beat you guys in a football game. They're not insecure for thinking that. Did it happen? Yes, it did. So I just thought that was kind of a childish thing for Deion Sanders to say. And I don't care if people get mad at me because I know Deion Sanders is like God, and anything the dude says or does, people are going to back it up. But I'm just calling like it is because it's Tater Too Real. Now, I will say this also. I am a Florida Gator fan. I'm also a black man. Deion Sanders is a black head coach. So I am definitely rooting for Deion Sanders' success because if Deion Sanders succeed, there would be more black head coaches at the Division I level. And we need to see that, guys. I mean, come on, look at the SEC. The SEC only had one black head coach in their entire existence, which is extremely sad when you look at teams like LSU, Alabama, Florida, Georgia. Like, look at those rosters, guys. I'm not breaking any news here. We know mostly black players play on those teams, and the fact that those head coaches aren't black themselves, or at least a couple of them, is sad, guys. Because these coaches like Kirby Smart and Nick Saban are building their resume off the backs of great black athletes. Let's just call it what it is. Look at those national championships they won. Look at how many black players got drafted. Let's call it what it is. It's Tater Too Real, baby. Now, back to the story. Now, I want you guys' honest opinion about this. Do you think this loss was good for Colorado, or do you think Deion was right? Anybody that's rooting for them to lose or think they're going to lose a football game, they're insecure, they're haters, they're jealous of Colorado, so forth and so forth. And I do not want to end this video without giving Bo Nix a big shout out. He played an amazing football game. He looked at like a damn Heisman Trophy finalist. I'm not going to say he's the winner, but he definitely like a Heisman Trophy finalist in that game. He played spectacular. Shout out to Oregon. Shout out to Dan Lanning. And I will say this also. Deion Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes will be A-okay. The recruiting is going to be even better in the next couple of years. They're going to get a lot of great transfers from the SEC, from other Power 5 schools. So the offensive line and the defensive line woes for Colorado, that's going to be fixed, guys. And I made a video during their first couple games, the one against TCU and the one against Nebraska, and I talked about their lack of sacks they were having. Yeah, they was getting turnovers, but they weren't really getting pressure on the quarterback or getting sacks, and that showed in this game as well. So Colorado got absolutely dominated, and it's definitely going to get worse before it get better. So you guys let me know what you think about my opinion on this game and the rest of their season. Is Colorado going to a bowl? Are they going to be 4-8, 3-9? This is your boy Tater Too Real, where we always keep it too real. Holla.